What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Catching with Cletus. Today we're just going to be doing a little sit for some walleye. Just fishing the home shack. Caught a nice one out there the other day, and just kind of want to share what I'm doing. To catch some fish. Kind of late winter, or I shouldn't say late winter, but mid-winter. It's like mid-summer. Fish get into a funk. I'm fishing with a lot of live bait to convince these walleye tip-up bites been better, but we're gonna do a little bit of jigging. Just drilled out a hole here. This is gonna be the setup for this evening's sit. Gonna set a couple tip-ups outside within sight of the windows, and that is gonna be the name of the game. It's just gonna be sitting out, waiting out some walleye. And hopefully we get some good action tonight. Really feeling good about maybe getting a good one tonight. We'll see how long I sit Sunday night. Actually, I forgot my flasher in the truck. Might run and grab it. But I'm going to show you guys just how I get set if I don't have a flasher. There's an old school way, and a lot of people forget about it, and that is a clip weight. I'm sure you've seen one of these on the counter of your local bait shops during the winter. Clip the old timers jackets and stuff like that, and guys who do ice fish quite a bit. But I see a lot of people that still don't see the simple application of these, and it's just a weight you clip to your line to get depth. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to actually be setting a slip bobber with this, but you can set a tip up with it as well. Either way, I even use these open water to set my slip bobbers. Great tool to have on you. So I'm just gonna pop the camera over here, and we're gonna get my slip bobber rod set up without a flasher. So let's get set up over here real quick. Alright, be right back. This out. Now that we've got that scooped out, I'm gonna talk about slip bobber setup. And I'm just gonna go ahead and forewarn you, slip bobber fishing can be a pain when it's cold. Highly recommend only doing it if you have a heated shanty. I'm actually probably gonna move my buddy over and put it so that it actually heats my hole, because this slip mechanism, when it gets wet, especially if you got like a braided main line, this is a fluorocarbon, will get hung up. I just got a little hook here. We're gonna get some bait, but before we bait that up, we're gonna get it set. So real simple. I'm gonna take my clip weight right here. I'm going to clip it over the line, so that way it catches the hook. It's a little better with a treble hook. This, if it falls or bites the bottom, actually with that, I'll actually grab the hook. Normally I set these with treble hooks. I do a lot of treble hook fishing, but that should hold onto that and not come unbuttoned when I drop it down. And I want to lower it down. I don't want to let this thing totally free fall. So I'm gonna lower this down into the hole, and just so you guys get a better idea what's going on, I'm gonna throw the head cam on too, just so you can see what I'm doing with my hands a little bit better. Let's just check to see how does that look, guys. Looks pretty good. All right, so what we got on these slips is a little knot to stop that bobber. Sure, a lot of you slip bobber fishermen are familiar with it. I'm just kind of beating to death the basics. So I'm actually going to slide this, and if it's a little bit loose, I'm just gonna, I leave these tag ends a little bit long so I can re-tighten that. That's a little bit better. And now I'm just going to slowly lower this down, pulling on that slip, pulling that slip knot through, or bobber stop, the line through it, and feeding it until it hits the bottom. And if you don't have a flasher, this is a great way to fish. Alright, and so there's the bottom. On the bottom, that's the bottom. I'm going to take up just a little bit of slack right there. So I want it about that far off the bottom. And I can check to see that's how far I'm going to go down. So I'm going to give a little bit much. It's clear water we're fishing. So now I'm going to reel this back up. Reeling this back up. Bobber stop's going in. I'm going to reclaim my weight. Flip this to myself. So for safekeeping. Now we're ready to bait this up. Send this down there. So got a little tiny hook on there. Perhaps we'll just use a tiny thing. I'm going to turn this up. It's time to turn it up. So I'm going to grab one of my medium shiners. That looks like a good one. He's already been hooked. Perfect. And I'm going to take this shiner and I'm just going to go midway through the back. Chubs work good too. You can do this technique with crappie, minnows, all different kinds of stuff. There's really no limit, and if everything works out good, sometimes I need to help feed the bobber because it's still cold in here. It's iced up a little bit. Just want to leave that open. Now it doesn't ice up as bad with mono as it does with fluorocarbon, but when it's cold you're gonna have to help it a little bit. Just the name of the game. And now when the bobber's flush with the stop, drop that down into the hole, leave it with some slack. Actually share up. I can grab my rod holder and now we're fishing. And look at that. That might have already been a hit. Look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and call that. That's a fish. Right on time. So we're gonna just reel into this sucker. That's a nice fish. Oh, that's fun. Gotta love when you're explaining things. Guys, that's a nice fish. That's a nice fish. Oh, come here. Oh, yeah. And when you do it right, folks, it just does not take long. Beautiful Northwoods walleye, just feeding them right like that. And I tell you, it's an effective technique. No flasher required, folks, when you're live bait fishing. Really, you know, simple and to the point. Just, I mean, perfect hook set. Barely even nabbed up that shiner. Just barely got him. That shiner comes out nice and clean. Beautiful, beautiful. I would say 16, 17 18-incher. But I'd have to go outside and unbury the tape measure to get a measurement on that fish. But that's still really pretty fish. Oh. And we're just gonna go ahead, get this line and stuff out of the way. Let her go back down. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's how you want to start an informational vehicle, or an informational video. Just goes to show you that when you're on them, you know, a good measurement on that bait, or you know, where that bait's at, can make all the difference in the world. You know, clear water like I'm fishing, a few feet off the bottom, and if you're in a good spot, you're gonna get bit. So I mean, that's a great start to this video. I'm gonna set some tip ups and stuff yet, but that's your tip of the day for slip bobber fishing. So we're gonna get this reset. Hopefully there's another eye waiting for me down there. Who knows, we might not even have time to get the the tip ups out if they're just gonna eat like that. He killed my shiner. And sometimes those crappy slip bobbers, they move a little bit. I'm actually gonna put this in. And another quick tip, especially after you catch a good fish in the winter time, it's can be a little bit frustrating, but you know, don't be afraid to re-measure. So I'm just gonna drop that back down. You can see that's going way down now. So if I just reset that without checking that, you know, it's got its purposes. There's better ones, if I'm being completely honest, that hold line a little bit better. Alright, so that's a good depth. I'm gonna just lengthen it up just a little bit. So that's reset now, and we are ready to feed